Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. This is Tatsuya TMA bringing you another cast. I apologize for the slight delay between casts. I was sick and had barely any voice and was hacking up a lung, so that wouldn't have been good on a cast. Anyways, this cast is a normal match, not a ranked match. I have played some Season 3, but this is a normal match because Zed is out, and as you know, I like to get a cast out of the new champions. So this will be of Zed. I'm going to quickly go through his abilities. Contempt for the Weak. Whenever Zed basic attacks an enemy below 50% health, he deals an additional 6% of their maximum health as magic damage. This effect cannot occur on a given target more than once every 10 seconds. So this is just this passive is just kind of really comes into play when you're crushing people, because it's an execute. It adds damage when they're lower health, so it's got a lot of synergy with Zed, because he can bring them below 50% health pretty quick. Razor Shuriken. This is a Shuriken that fires in a straight line. It will also fire from his clone as well, and it does damage. It's not like Kennen's Shuriken that just stops once it hits one thing. It goes through minions, so it's great for farming creeps and just shoving a lane and being super aggressive in a lane. Just so you know, I am taking him mid. I also took him top. I'm just trying him in different lanes to see what happens. You know, figure out where he's gonna be. Didn't know if he'd be like a Talon 80 type caster that goes in the mid. He does have a gap close, kind of, but we'll go more into that in a second. Living Shadow. Zed creates a shadow. It is a skill shot. That was a Shuriken right there. As you saw, it went through all of those minions. It creates a shadow. It is a skill shot. It will go to either to your cursor or to the maximum possible point if you have your cursor further out. He can then switch places with his shadow, and his shadow also casts all of his spells and gives an additional effect. As you see here, the mimic abilities and ability strikes, blah, 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 blah. Yes, if the mimic hits, it also returns energy. I have only played him twice, so I'm not completely comfortable yet here with him. I am laning against a Kassadin, who I'm kind of happy that he's melee, but I don't know how much, whose harass is more, or who would win trades yet. But I will find out. So as you see here, because he's an energy champ, he can kind of just spam his abilities. By the time the cooldown on his Shuriken is up, I already have a lot of the energy back. That was the mimic that you saw right here-ish. His E is Shadow Slash. He does AoE damage around him. The mimic Shadow Slash will slow the target. It's kind of like the same range as Katarina's W. Anybody that plays Katarina. Getting in some auto attacks here. As you know, normally I like to go around through the match and watch the rest of the game, but since this is primarily on Zed, I'm going to be sticking with Zed. There is an enemy Zed as well, but screw him, because this is my cast, enemy Zed. And then his ult. Zed becomes untargetable. Gotta love those. It's kind of like Fiora. There's me bricking some of my skill shots there. So as you saw, I switched place with my mimic. So his ult, Zed becomes untargetable and dashes towards the target enemy. Upon arrival, he marks the target for death and spawns a living shadow. So there's another living shadow that you can spawn that you can also switch places with. So his ability to just move around and be a complete pain by getting places is pretty crazy. Yes, so then after 4 seconds, the mark on the target will pop, kind of like a delayed Vlad ult, if you will. However, the damage has a base amount of damage and then does 35% of Zed's damage to that target. All damage that Zed does. So Ignite does count. So it's actually pretty good to toss an early Ignite in there. And Kassadin is working me down with that silence. As you saw, I just used his Shadow Slash on nothing. Having to drop all of my pots? Did I drop all my pots? Yeah. Neither one of us have any pots left. So that's good. So yeah, so I've tried him in the mid and in the top. I don't know where he's going to. You saw there, I just threw the Shuriken behind me because I knew that the Mimicked one would get him. I don't know where he's going to end up. In the current meta, the tops tend to be beefier. So, working me down with that silence. As you saw, I just used his Shadow Slash on nothing. Having to drop all of my pots. Did I drop all my pots? Yeah. Neither one of us have any pots left. So that's good. So yeah, so I've tried him in the mid and in the top. I don't know where he's going to. You saw there, I just threw the Shuriken behind me because I knew that the Mimicked one would get him. I don't know where he's going to end up. In the current meta, the tops tend to be beefier, so doesn't get it. Now, a smart person would leave. However, what I really want to do is get my ult. Because if I get my ult, I know that I can dash in towards him and kill him before he can kill me. Now, mind you, I did say a smart person would leave. Oh, and Kassadin gets his ult at the same time that I do and puts me down. Unfortunately, he did catch up on experience. I knew that I was ahead of him on XP, but he apparently caught up to me. Oh, but Lee Sin not letting me die in vain, because Vayne's down here. See, she's right here. Not letting me die in vain, comes in, tower dives, gets the easy kill. Takes some turret hits, but that's okay. Volley Bear throws that minion back like a boss. Fearsome minions. His fear does now last longer on minions. It was 2 seconds, it is now 3 seconds. Thank you, Riot. Necessary. Because Volley sees so much play. Back to lane. Feeling a little sad. This was my first game with Zed. I am 0-1. I am up 3 minion kills. Volley Bear throws me back, but as you saw there, I threw the clone out before he threw me back so that I could easily switch back with him. Just kind of shows a little bit of the mischievousness that can, you like that? Mischievousness that you can kind of perpetrate with Zed. Anybody that watched a lot of my casts knows that I enjoy the word perpetrate. Perpetrating bullshit. Pardon me for all of the younger audience. As you saw there, he's got some nice safe harass where he can throw that what is it, living shadow out. He can throw the living shadow out and then throw the Shuriken from there. So I don't even have to take any turret hits or even get remotely close to him in order to harass him. Living shadow has a decent cooldown on it. Oh, in terms of leveling order, as you see here, I'm leveling Razor Shuriken. Second, I'll be leveling Shadow Slash. Third, Living Shadow. Obviously taking my ult whenever it's available. And the Shuriken doesn't have too wide of a range. However, you can throw it as minions are coming up in a straight line. Kassadin. You stop it, Kassadin. I still have not used my ult yet. Very sad face about that. Going to take a sip of my beverage before I cough. That was just weird. I'm still kind of playing around with Kassadin. Riftwalk is down. The ult goes down. The ignite's up on him. Volley Bear throws me back, but the flash and volley was slowed by the living shadow. Now Lee Sin coming in, throws the resonating strike, kicks him away, says, "You get away from my Zed." Interesting note, I don't know if it's also in England, but I know at least in Australia, because I went to Australia, Z is not Z, it is Zed. That's a word, Australians. That is not a letter, that is a word. I never quite understood that. WX, Y, and Z. Doesn't make any sense. This is fun. This is real fun. Ooh, throws the Living Shadow over, switches places, throws the Shuriken, hit across from there. Saw this little trick on the Champion Spotlight. For any of you that didn't watch the Champion Spotlight, you should subscribe to Riot Games and watch the Champion Spotlight. Reason being is that even if you do not plan on buying a champion, it's always good to know what you're going to be laning against and what they can do. So always, always, always watch the Champion Spotlights. Riot Games channel. Do it. I'm promoting them. I don't understand why they're not promoting me. By the way, I am nearing 200 subscribers, which is way quicker than I reached 100 subscribers, but I am at, the last time I checked, 169 subscribers. When I reach that 200 subscriber mark, there will be a new competition for another skin. I still have Pack Sivers, and I still have a Riot Nasus for all those who are wondering. Congratulations to The Big Cheese for winning the first haiku competition, and I wanted to say thank you all for all of the haikus that were given. I honestly wasn't expecting that many, and there were a lot that went on there, so I'm watching nothing here. So for all the people that submitted those comments and those haikus, I greatly appreciate it, and I really appreciate all the support I've gotten through this. So, yeah. There's me. Now honor me. I'm nice to you, so honor me. This is also his Shockwave skin. Anybody else who watched my cast know I always play skin champions, because that's just the way I roll. I mean, I figure normally people spend RP on champions. I called this MIA, I promise. We're going to watch it anyways, because I'm not doing anything in the mid. Oh, Soraka stays alive. Kassadin coming in. They want that Vayne, and Lee Sin takes him out. But will he go down? Yes, he will. Tarek takes the kill. Summoner heal going down. They're now chasing the Soraka. Stay alive, Raka, stay alive. The flash out, the heal. And as I was trying to come down to help, I had a volley bear attack me in the woods. Get out of here, volley. They're pinging for this Raka. They want this Raka, but Tarek and Cass are really low. The stun goes down. Oh, and the ult on Kassadin. He goes down. The AoE damage. Nobody can stop it. Triple kill for Zed. I knew that was going to happen. That's why I started watching this fight. Tricked you guys. Tricked you. I don't know the names of all his abilities to properly call it out. Shadow Slash. That's the AoE. Tons of AoE damage. Tons of damage. 1.8 second cooldown. You can do it very often. So he's got a decent amount of AoE burst in there, since he can do that every 1.8 seconds. It is 50 energy. Plus, if he has a Shadow Clone out as well as the ulted clone out, they also mimic his abilities. So you can just do tons of damage. Just tons of damage with that. Have all three of them out, keep a nice close distance. Oh, and I switch over, but now I have to walk back around because I didn't know that those were gone. And I don't think that we were counter jungled. I think Lee Sin took them, and I just wasn't actually paying attention to the minimap. So, just an FYI for what you're gonna. Oh, Kassadin. The mimic, the switch. He is lower health. The Shuriken goes down, but the ult. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? Oh, he puts me down, but the ult procs. And Kassadin goes down with me. If I'm going to hell, you're coming with me, Cass. Apparently Zed does not leave a thing on the ground when he dies. I'll have to pay attention to what actually happens in his death animation. Let's watch this Zed for a hot sec. So yeah, like I was going to say, Season 3 is beginning today. I am 2-1 right now. I will be casting most likely both of those matches, or sorry, all three of those matches. So you will finally see a loss of mine, because I tend to just cast wins, because I don't like to relive losses, but they're good to watch because you can learn a lot from losses, and I do learn a lot from losses. Both of my wins, I'm not going to tell you what my wins were with or what my losses are with, but I will tell you that you're going to be seeing a lot more AP mid videos. Most of my videos are AP mids, but that is what I am most comfortable with. It is definitely my strongest position, and so I'm going to be playing a lot of it. That's what I hope to. I'm gonna be hitting season 3 pretty hard. Season 1 I didn't play too much ranked. Season 2 I played more towards the end, but I can. It's safe to say I didn't take it too seriously. Season 3 I definitely want to try and make a name for myself. So I'm gonna be trying to call mid as often as I can. Living Shadow, Shrew can harass. Shrew can harass. Misses. So let's take a sec here to look at the builds. This is me. As you see here, I've got a Brutalizer BF Sword and the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, as well as 2 wards, which I have not placed down yet. I really like the early Brutalizer on 80 casters, just because that extra armor pen early on gives you some nice extra damage, as well as the damage behind it, as well as the cooldown reduction, which is very necessary on 80 casters. Especially ones that have energy, because cooldown reduction doesn't mean you're just blowing through all your mana, it means you're just killing things more. Ionian Boots of Lucidity for the extra cooldown reduction. We're going to talk a second here. Uh-oh. Tons of damage. And the ult goes down. Will not have to pop, because he will go down before it goes up. I probably didn't have to ult there, but I'm not too comfortable with him and what I can get away with yet. Volley gets exhausted. Kicked back. The slow goes down from the slash, and Zed's on a killing spree. Tatsuya TMA, bringing it home. Now I'm going to go ahead and toss that ward down. Let's follow me. Alright, so, builds. Yes. Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Extra cooldown reduction. BF Sword. Pretty self-explanatory. Extra attack damage. The opposing Zed went with Berserker's Greaves. I don't really necessarily agree with that. A lot of your damage is coming from your abilities. The attack speed, it's not going to do as much for you as the cooldown reduction will. So, I don't necessarily agree with that opposing Zed, but I can't say anything too much yet, because this is the first day that Zed's been out. Look at him walk like a boss. Hold on, we need to... Oh yeah, there it is. I was going to rewind, but I didn't. Look at him walk. That's just so awesome. I wish that in... one of the things that would be cool, I think the next level of spectator mode would be... I don't know if anybody played StarCraft, but in StarCraft replays, you can switch to a certain player's point of view and watch like where they're clicking and what they're clicking and things like that. That would be awesome if they added that to spectator, because then that way you can actually see what people are doing, kind of get inside their mindset as to where they're clicking, what they're looking at. I think that would be a nice little addition to spectating, and would be I think that it would help people play a little bit better, especially if you go and watch your replays. If you have LoL replay, you should download it and watch some replays. But also for casters, for us casters, because you get to, when you go into somebody's point of view, you could actually see what they're doing. And I can show you what I do, because I try and make these slightly instructional. Trying to gank, but he is very tough to gank. I still have my flash up, still have Living Shadow up. Or still have Living Shadow up, and it's not a huge distance, but that little distance, it's a little bit less than a flash that you can kind of jump to, and that can make the difference between getting ganked and not getting ganked. I've also debated going boots of mobility on him if I'm doing well early on, just because that'll allow him to kind of move around a little bit more. Volley bearing cast getting closed in on. Enemy Zed's here too. Throw the ult down on that volley, and it pops to kill him. However, I go down as well. Oh, I lied. I didn't go down. That was the enemy Zed. I have like full health. Let's go back and take a look at that, since obviously I didn't pay attention to anything that just happened. Alright. I know we just watched it, but we're watching it again. Missed the bush. with that. Throw down the ult on Volley Bear. Always focus the tank. That's a lie. Don't always focus the tank. The enemy Zed is now focused down. Going down. He is down. Alright, so with 2 Zeds, like I just watched that for a second time, and I had no idea what the hell was going on. Because there was Living Shadows and ults. There was like 6 people up there between just the 2 of us. That was way too much stuff. That's going to be difficult. So, yeah, he's definitely one of those people it's very tough to kind of get a hold of because he's constantly moving around, especially once he ults and has a Living Shadow out. He has 2 different things he can switch places with. It's like a LeBlanc, but a little bit less bursty and AD, and nothing like LeBlanc. You know, but other than those things, kind of like LeBlanc, in the sense that you can create a clone that also does your spells but does damage. That was a little bit of a rant. Just a little bit. Finishing out that Bloodthirster. Finally getting a Hex Drinker. It's funny how... Lost my train of thought. Nothing's funny. Oh, that's what it is. Lee Sin and I have... See, Lee Sin is another kind of AD caster. Granted, his auto attacks, you know, he gets the attack speed from his passive, but look, you can see what he's building. It's like the same thing as me. I'm really looking forward to the Season 3 changes. I've been keeping up on all the little preseason, or, you know, the changes, forum posts. Kassadin, the Shuriken goes down, switch places, but he will make it out alive, for now. We're giving chase, because Kassadin's easy to chase. Instead, we will take your red. So, what are you most excited or looking forward to for the Season 3 changes? Me personally, I'm looking forward to all the items. Kassadin wastes the Force Pulse. I haven't played Cass in so long, I forgot the name of the slow. Now he will wait. He does not have vision on us. So what are you most looking forward to in Season 3 in terms of the changes? I am not looking forward to the jungle changes, because I think it'll make it a little bit more difficult, and I'm already terrible at the jungle. However, I am... had a little tickle in my throat. However, I am highly looking forward to the new items. New support items and new jungle items, even though I don't really jungle. I like to see a variety. And as you can see here, it's just like, sweet, tons of BF swords. And granted, if you look at our team comp, we kind of have a lot of AD, Lee Sin, Zed, Twitch, Renekton, Soraka. Deal with it. But this is normal, so obviously, look, no armor, no armor, no armor, a little bit of armor, and an Aegis. But that's kind of standard on Taric. Yeah, if they actually built armor, that would be a game changer. Noob tip of the cast. If your entire enemy team is AD, other than a Soraka, who you don't have to really worry about the damage, Volley Bear getting absolutely melted. The ult goes down on him. Is it enough? Yes, it is. If the entire enemy team, other than a Soraka, is AD, you probably want to build some armor. I'm moving to the other side because I thought Kassadin was going to come over here, and what happens? I get stunned by Evade. Trying to make something work, but I don't. The other opponent, Zed, takes me out. However, our team is nice and fed up. We will clean this up. Taric trying to make it away. Zed getting involved when he shouldn't. The Ignite goes down on Zed. And now the focus switches to Taric. He does go down. Soraka, you get out of there. Uh-oh! Thrown back by the Volley Bear. Will she make it out? The exhaust goes down, but Volley Bear gets the auto attack off. Shut down. Why was Soraka on a killing spree? The world may never know. And the surrender goes out. They knew that they were down a little bit too much, so guys, hope that you enjoyed the Zed cast. Saw a little bit of the play in the mid. Like I said, I don't know where he's going to end up, mid or top, but he is a lot of fun to play. I really like what Riot's doing with these champs, which is making them a little bit higher skill cap, where if you really want to be good at them, you have to put some time in to be good at them, and Zed definitely shows that. I got better my second match, but it was kind of a face roll and not really a fun match, so I won't be casting that one. But like I said, look for many Season 3 casts and a lot of AP mid this season. If you have anything that you specifically want to see, I will try and put it up. I've had people message me or comment saying that they want to see certain things. The next cast will most likely be a Swain game because he's super powerful. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and keep watching. Thanks. Bye. Bye.